Morning. Cock. Lady cock. All the cocks. I've had a fabulous Christmas. Let's review some footy. I ain't made my bed. Tree's still up. I've got Lurg. Blackburn 2, Sunderland 2, baby. Tell you what, from what I saw in this game, that Dolan, he looked shit hot. He looked well up for it, like a little Blackburn Messi, that fella. It's a good point for both sides, really. Obviously, I weren't at this game. I don't know why I keep saying that, like I used to justify it. But from what I saw, first half it looked very Blackburn, and second half looked very Sunderland. Just from what I saw. Obviously, Blackburn got their equaliser quite late, 90th minute. But then Warwick Isidore that went through. I think Sunderland striker went through more or less one-on-one and ended up running straight into keeper. They could have had a couple late on Sunderland. But I think it's good character from both teams, really, because they both come back from losing positions. They both get a draw against a very good side that they're both playing. Obviously, two of the top three both won. So Leeds and Burnley both won. So they may be pulling away a little bit. Slight gap now between the top three and Sunderland. Maybe it might end up doing like what it did last year, because that's what ended up with. It was like a top three that pulled away one, where it were Leeds, Ipswich, and Leicester that pulled away, and then Southampton was sort of like in fourth all season. I think Sunderland are maybe this season's Southampton in that regard, but they've got a very important January coming up, because there's going to be a lot of fellas sniffing after a lot of Sunderland's young talents that they've got. But I think it's a decent point for both sides, and I think both of them would have took it before it started. It looked a good game. Bristol City 1, Luton 0. I just don't care. I just don't care. This is just two mid-table sides that are doing nothing. I don't care anymore. I do not care. Anytime you look at table, I'm not even joking. I've not even seen the table. I bet Bristol City, despite this win, are still 11th. I promise you, I'm not even looking at the table right now. I don't know, but we'll come to like someone else later when we're looking at the table. For example, at the end of when we're looking at all championship teams, I bet they're 11th. Swear down. Regardless of what it does, win, lose, draw, they go on a 10-game winning streak, 10-game losing streak, 11th all time. But moving on, Coventry 4, Plymouth 0. I mean, these boys away from home, Plymouth. Show me it. Oh my god. Oh my god. This season, 2 points. Think of the yards that Plymouth put in when they travel in, and literally the local rival is like an hour away. They're travelling hours every week to get tonked. They don't even score. They barely even score. One there. They've scored 2 away goals all season. That shit is tough. Wow, pie face, holy shit. Coventry are a good team, in fairness. They've got some very good players. They can arsehole you if they want to. And it looks like they've just taken foot off gas as well, second half. I mean, they're still a better side, obviously. But just controlled ball, didn't really threaten that much. Instead, they had 11 shots, but didn't even break it 1 XG. So they've just took foot off gas, thought, you know what, no injuries, will be all right. But I want to show you something quickly, which is something that I was banging on about for ages with Coventry and this fella. Mason Clark, that they bought from Peterborough in January last year, and then they sent him out on loan to Peterborough for the rest of the season. He's not been starting loads of games this year, and obviously his stats for the year, 8 goal contributions in 20. It's like, all right, do you know what I mean? Who cares? But in his last, so he's been starting for 6 games consistently. 6 starts in a row. 4 goals, 3 assists in 6 games. I'll tell you what, Mark Robbins, I thought he was a very good manager, but this were a mistake that they were making, not playing this guy, because he's a freak. He's so good. It's a really good win, obviously. But you'd expect to beat Plymouth. They can't hit the barn door, can they? They're 11th. I knew it. Look at them. They're in 11th already. I absolutely knew it. It's not looking good, though. Like, it really, really ain't looking good. Obviously, there's a lot of red here. So only Oxford. I mean, Oxford have had a blinding weekend, and then when you look at everything around them, like 3 or 4 either side have just lost. But teams are picking points up down at bottom, like every now and again. Plymouth aren't. Which is obviously bad news, Bears. Oh, God. Middlesbrough 3, Sheffield Wednesday 3. Finn Hazard, by the way, let's just look at him quickly. What's that? 17 goal contributions in 22 games. Almost double what he had last season. God, he's on for a great tally. And obviously, first half, I mean, it's going to look like this. Middlesbrough first half absolutely dominated, obviously, because they went in 3-0 up, do you know what I mean? But second half, Wednesday come out and proper went for it. There were they brought 2 goals back before the red card anyway. So you can't just use the excuse of, they played 10 minutes second half. Because they were playing good anyway up to that. But the defence for Middlesbrough, for a top 6 chasing side, is so bad. It's honestly horrendous. They concede so many goals all time. You think of how many goals Middlesbrough's got. They've got 41 goals, right, and they've only got a 10-goal difference. That is shocking. It's horrendous. You look at the other side that have scored loads of goals, and they're 28 goal difference. 16 there at least with Sunderland. Come on. They're just not savvy enough. I don't think Middlesbrough. They're playing the same way from minute 1 to minute 90, regardless of score, regardless of everything. And it is annoying me that players won't take the way you just take a foul. The fine list must be crazy because they're scared of a yellow card, a lot of Middlesbrough's players. If Wednesday are breaking on you and there's like a 4v3 or something, take a foul, just take a card. And they don't do it. They don't do it enough, and it really, really is grinding my gears that a team that should be so much higher with the attacking players that Middlesbrough have got keep conceding so many goals. The midfielders won't take a card. The defence is shit. They really need to put some money in this back four in January, in the next couple of weeks, because teams will pull away from you. And Wednesday might leapfrog them, which is ridiculous when you look at the two squads on paper here. How is this 3 apiece? Oh, I'm just gonna move on from that. Norwich 2, Millwall 1. It's about time for Norwich, in fairness, because they've not won a game in quite a while. Like 4 games without a win, 3 losses and a draw. To be fair, they had some difficult fixtures, and this is one of them as well. But at home, you'd expect to be winning this sort of game, especially with form that Millwall are in, because they haven't won. I mean, they've won 1 game in forever. They've been crap for a while. But that's a really good win. I feel like Norwich are maybe one of the outside chances at getting playoffs. Where a lot of these teams just haven't got it in them. Like Millwall just haven't got it in them. Obviously, Swansea and Bristol City, God forbid they do anything, so they ain't got it in them. I think Norwich and Coventry are the only real chances of getting in from, like... I've got to give him that. Wednesday might have a chance. So you're looking at, like, Coventry, Norwich, and then Wednesday upwards. Really, that's got a serious chance of doing anything this year, I think. Let's have a look at the bottom then, because Oxford have bet Cardiff 3-2. That is a big, big, big old win down at bottom. A serious 6-pointer. Like I said earlier, Oxford are the only one in the bottom 8 that have not only won a game but got any points this weekend. Everybody else has lost. It really couldn't have gone any better. Oxford's defence is still absolutely abysmal, don't get me wrong, because they've conceded nearly 40 goals in 22 games. They conceded nearly 2 a game. It's shit. But the goals today, well, not today, the goals yesterday, I thought were very good. They were all very different. Obviously, that's an absolute screamer from that Placheta. The first goal was really well worked. The second one's from a set piece, and they've got a screamer. So they're showing what they can do from all areas of pitch, scoring loads of different types of goals. But same problems are always there, that they just keep conceding, and the defence is horrendous. It's non-stop the same problem. It hasn't changed all season. Like I said about Middlesbrough, obviously, we're talking about 2 different clubs going for 2 different things here. But Oxford need to spend some brass on some defenders in January, or they're in trouble. Regardless of this win, it's all right being able to put ball in net, but Jesus Christ, if you're conceding 2 a game, what do you expect? Come on. I know I'm having a go at them when the only team that's won this weekend. And Cardiff are equally as bad, if not worse. Cardiff's recruitment's shit, 24/7. Again, 2 a game nearly. But you just need to tighten up, because any of the sides that are conceding 40 plus goals nearly after 22 games. You look at, I mean, Plymouth are an absolute extreme. Plymouth are cert to go down now. But it is going to come down to who's got best defence that stays up here, and that is what it'll be. Obviously, the thing that a couple of these sides have got is games in hand, which is a luxury to have, but you would rather have points on board, which, in fairness, Hull haven't got anywhere with the 23 games that they've played. But where we're looking at now, is that a serious cut-off there? Stoke, you're looking at a 3-point gap, no games that can catch up to there. Maybe Luton is the benchmark. QPR aren't going down. I'm not bothered about their recent loss. Absolutely no chance. Preston upwards, nowhere. Maybe we are looking at Stoke downwards. Maybe Stoke have been dragged into it a little bit more. I do think your serious teams are Oxford down. Stoke maybe a little bit more of an outsider, a chance to going down. But Oxford down is serious fodder. And all this red ain't good. Apart from Oxford. God, I feel like summer today, mate. Sheffield United 0, Burnley 2. To be fair, this were good. I enjoyed seeing this. This is first time, I believe, since the first game of the season, or the first home game, that Sheffield United have conceded a goal at home. It is the first Championship home game with QPR. They conceded twice. Not conceded in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games afterwards. But Burnley, different animal in it. It's a big, big game. Sheffield United's next couple are obviously against very good sides, so you can see really where they're at after that when they've got a Finn squad. But this Finn squad that I've been talking about, and I said were a reason that I didn't think they'd do as well, has got them top of league, or they were top of league before this game. They were top of league at Christmas. Let's say that. So Regardless of what anybody wants to say, they've had a -2. The squad has not been up to scratch at all. They've had like Arblaster injured for a long time. Their 11's very good, but the players that come in to replace players when they're injured are not up to that standard. So if they can get to January and be in a position that they are, I think they've done very, very, very well. Now we'll see what these new owners at Sheffield United have got are actually about, whether they've got some money to spend, but they need to chuck a bit at it if they want to, guarantee that they go up. Second goal were an absolute freak as well. Zian's just like, he's tried a free kick, he's come back to him, it's biggest deflection in mankind and looped over Cooper and got in. The Brownhill goal were very good. Not best defending at back post by Burrows because he's tried, he's been absolutely sold by striker and he's just meant dummy run. But it's a really good edit from Brownhill. He's a baller, him, He gets so much hate just because he ain't got a flash fancy name. That man scores goals and he's an ex-Red. And like I showed when the Sunderland game for the first one, you're looking at like a top, well, it is a top 4. I'm not bothered. Even if Blackburn win the game in hand, I don't think they'll catch up to the Sunderland upwards. This is a 4 that's going to pull away. Maybe it's a 3 that's going to pull away in front of the Sunderland. Like I said, maybe they're the Southampton of this year, Sunderland. But I need Burnley to carry on. They're impressing me recently. They actually really are. Obviously, the defensive record speaks for itself. But they're offering a little bit more going forward recently, which even I'm surprised with under Parker. But I need them to get in. I need at least one of these to fail because one of them's going up autos. At least. The Swans 3, QPR 0. Let's just have a look where they are. 10th. I don't care then. Watford 2, Portsmouth 1. The highlight of this to me, if I scroll to the bottom, God, look at how many cards Portsmouth got in second half. 6. Jesus, Bucky's dream. This lad doing a take the L dance on Portsmouth fans and Portsmouth players, so he got a red card after, which is ridiculous. Watford are one that I've not really given a lot of credit to this season, which I probably should have done because they've sort of just been chipping away. They've always been like 8th to 4th, haven't they, really, from start of season to now. They've never really dropped off and come back. Hold on, I'm being phoned by my physio. 1 minute. Great guy. Right, anyway. Yeah, Portsmouth are obviously down here as well. With your Oxfords and so on and so on. But, like I said, for a while, when Colby Bishop come back, they're going to score goals, which a lot of these sides haven't got, clearly. Like, we're going to where? Portsmouth have got the most goals up to Preston in 16th. So I think they'll be sound anyways. They've obviously got games in hand on everybody around them. They score more goals than everybody around them. The defence is shit for the most part, but just get in line. You know what I mean? Who's in crap down here? Derby 2, West Brom 1. Oh, God. So this is the first game post-Carlito. Carlos has gone to Valencia. I don't know. How many games have West Brom lost recently? They just draw FC. Jesus Christ. Loads and loads of draws. Obviously, notoriously hard to beat West Brom. And Derby's home form is quite good, but this is a game that you back them for at least a draw, say, if Carlos were there. And it's already like, come on. Do you know what I mean? It's already done. I just can't see him getting in there now. I really, really would like to have seen him get in there because of how much of a fan of Carlos I am. Defensively, they're obviously very, very good. I think he made the most of a very bang average squad, really, that West Brom have got in Championship. But that's it now, innit? It's just going to be like, they're obviously not good stupidly down. They might end up like 12 or something, but oh, it's sad that is tough. I'm excited to see what they do and what manager they bring in. Obviously, Chris Brunt took this one, but will they go for like a Cooper and O'Neill, something like that? I don't know. I wonder what they'll do. It's a good win for Derby though, because I think they were a little bit like looking over the shoulder recently. Obviously, they won like a couple of games ago against Portsmouth. They absolutely arseholed them on that Friday night or Monday night. I can't remember. But I think they definitely were looking over the shoulder a little bit, thinking, God, we're not safe here, because. And rightfully so, they're only 5 points clear before this. Maybe this could just give them a bit of breather, like, all right, we are going to be all right. There's so much more crap than Derby in this division. They'll be sound. But I think West Brom and Derby will be quite close position-wise by the time it's done, which is sad. And then Stoke 0 Leeds 2. I don't want to. Let's just have a look-see over here at the table. So we've had a look, really, at the bottom 5 more than anything here. I'm still at the same place where I think Plymouth will go down. Despite being the only team that's won this weekend, I'm still at a place where I think Oxford might go. Portsmouth will be fine. Cardiff are really, really dropping like a stone at minute, and they're not putting performances in. They're not scoring enough goals. They're conceding way too many. They're miles off it. But Luton upwards, it's just no man's land. Like I said earlier, Coventry, Norwich, and then Wednesday upwards are my serious chances at top 6. I'm giving Wednesday the flowers a little bit. Obviously they won't get in, but maybe they've got like an outside chance. Middlesbrough are way too inconsistent defensively. The shit. Carrick's annoying me a little bit. Just based on the fact that he's playing say minute 1 minute 90 when he doesn't need to. They're not savvy enough in middle. I think defensively they're really poor. Watford are chipping away and doing well. Good point for Blackburn and Sunderland. And Sunderland, I think, are destined to finish 4th, but I think this is your top 3 that's pulling away now. Maybe it'll be all these 3 that go up anyway. I hope not, but at the same time, I don't think it actually matters. I think the Championship this season is at a point where it's quite weak, and obviously, as we've seen this season, which it will happen this season, and last season, all 3 that go up will come down because the gap is just ridiculous. So, none of this matters in grand scheme of things because you're going to go up, get your £100 million, spend it all, come back down and lose it all anyway. So who cares? Oh, best league in the world. League One. I love this league. I love football, mate. Honestly, it's the best. Leighton Orient 3, Crawley 0, baby. So, obviously, Leighton Orient bet us 4-0 last week. They haven't conceded a goal this year. How many games is that? In league? 1? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. No goals conceded. Scoring a lot of goals. 3-2-2, none there. 4-3. Scoring a lot. They look quite good. Crawley have obviously, they've got a lot of faith in them, Crawley, that I think a lot of other sides haven't got. But it is 3 losses on bonds now. Conceding a lot of goals. Not scoring enough. It is just like samey a lot of time with what I'm saying about certain teams. But it's right. They're not scoring enough and they're conceding too many. You're in trouble. Do you know what I mean? But Leighton Orient, performance-wise, and the manager that they've got, I really like Richie Wellens. They were never going to be in a serious fate anyway. They were always going to pull themselves out. And I don't think I've actually said in any of the videos that I've done that these are in serious trouble. I've never liked Adam as a bottom 4 candidate, like a serious one. Maybe I thought they'd finish like 20th to 17th or something. They might have been in that little clan. But they were never going down. They've got too much quality and they've got a really good manager. But as for like Crawley in this relegation fate, we'll come to it later on seriously. But I think we could be on to an all-timer here. There's a lot of shit teams. And like I said about the Championship one, you're looking at one team from Blackpool downwards that has got a point at least. All top sides won, all bottom sides lost yesterday. Oh my God, there were not one draw. Sick. Birmingham 2, Burton 0. To be fair, I get bored of like talking about Birmingham because they just win every week. But this, I had to look at this because again, it's not even about Birmingham scoring loads of goals anymore. It's just about win, no injuries, move on. Clean sheet, happy days. You know what I mean? They're not bothered about going and smashing goal difference record, which I don't blame them for. They're just bothered about winning every game, which they're doing very well. Okay, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 on bounce. 8 wins on bounce. Not one of these games have they scored more than 2 goals. Do you know what I mean? They're just so efficient. They're such a well-oiled machine. Win. It just never ends. And you can see why. Like, obviously, when you look at stats, it's only 1 XG. Do you know what I mean? They've scored 2. They've not had a million shots. But Burton ain't touched ball. They've not had a sniff. They've not had a shot on target. They've only had 2 pop shots all game. It's absolute domination start to finish. And you can dominate in loads of different ways. You can dominate like Man City of all do, because obviously they're crap now. But where they'd have 80% possession and 40 shots every game. Birmingham are having all possession. They're just completely draining energy out of any team that they play because they keep ball, move it side to side, tire you out. You've never ever got ball. It's really, really good how they're handling this division, I think. And they're going to get 100 points at least. What are we on now? They're on 48. And there's a lot of good sides in this division, really. Well, a lot. There's a couple good sides in this division. We're not wondering before anybody thinks that. But not even halfway through it, and 48 points. They could fully win the next 3 games and be on for like 112 points or something. They are the best League One team in history. I'm going to say that. They did spend £30 million. They did break the transfer record 4 times. The top player, Jay Stansfield, is on 18 grand a week. They do get 3 grand, all of them, as a bonus per win. So you beat Burton and you get, as a bonus, more than all the Burton players anyway. It's the levels in this division are absolutely fucked. I fucking love football, mate. Why are we so inconsistent? Away from home, we're like an actual super team. Let me just look at this. Hold on, I've got to. Stop doing massive segments on Barnsley. Shut up. Shut up. We're the third, we're the joint second best away team in division. Us and £30 million Birmingham. Obviously, Wickham are just a freak. But us and £30 million Birmingham, joint second for the best away side in division. At home, imagine if we were good at home. Jesus. Anyway, so we were 1-0 down at half-time. But I'm actually not going to count that because we scored a perfectly legitimate goal from a corner in like 10th minute. So we actually won 3-1. I'm not joking. If we'd have lost this game, I'd have fully come on here being like, yeah, we've drawn this. I weren't accepting it. We had a goal disallowed for absolutely nothing. And if someone shows me a still image of someone being grabbed 15 yards away from where the ball went in, if we're giving fouls for that this day and age, every single set piece for the rest of eternity will be a foul. Every single one. Get a grip. Be consistent with it. Bolton, I mean, in fairness, if I look at the lineups, when I saw this for us and them, because obviously I watched this at home, I didn't go here. I've been drinking too much, I just can't. And I saw both teams pop up. I was like, how crap are we? Seriously, the lineups that I'm seeing from us and Bolton, this is ridiculous. These are the worst. Like, I'm sorry, even though we've won this game, this is probably two of the worst squads that I've seen us have while we've been in this division together. Us and our pals Bolton, and a couple of our boys played very good. In fairness, I thought Dunn were really good against good majority of the time anyway. I thought Russell were actually quite good. The midfield were good. Defensively were actually alright. Even Dijavigny didn't put a foot wrong for once. Killip should have saved that, which really annoyed me. McCarthy scored a perfectly legitimate goal that was taken from him. Humphries is a beast when he come on. This young McCarthy, I'm not being funny, start him every game. Start him every game. His passing range and his weight of pass, it's like Beckham, man. He is so good. It's pinpoint every time. It's never put too much on it. It's never not enough. It's just like perfect every single time to dot. Why is in this division with us? I ain't got a clue. Why that Portuguese side let him go? I've got even lesser a clue. But it's got to be him, Connell and Phillips at start for us, because that, and I'm telling you now, best midfield in the league. Yeah, bitch. Charlton bet Cambridge 2-1. I'm not overly fussed. In fairness, I'm just tired. I'm gonna be real with it. I'm tired. I've been drinking non-stop from Boxing Day to now. Yeah. I can't be asked. We're going to look at extra free Bristol Rovers one. Sorry, Charlton and Cambridge fans. I will make it up to you at some point. I won't. See, this is a big old win down at bottom. Big old win. Omachire scores again. Nothing squad for ages. Comes back, scores 2 in 3 games. Yes, he's only got 4 goals in 17 games, but I don't care. This guy is the only good player, I'm being serious. And next to 2 back-to-back wins, obviously after the loss to us, they've won the last 2, Burton away and this game at home. That's what separates Exeter from a lot of sides at bottom. They can beat crap sides. That's obviously why they're destined to mid-table, because they lose to all good sides and they beat all crap ones. But when you're a club maybe the size of Exeter in this division, I think mid-table you're probably quite happy with, in fairness. And I'm not saying Exeter are a small team, which they're not. They're not a small team, but obviously in comparison to some at Dross at bottom. But they're not one at big lads either. So I think you're taking mid-table and just trying to keep building on it non-stop year after year, which they do, I think, quite well. Because they're never in any serious danger of going down while I've been here watching this. So I think they'll be quite happy with this. They're not scoring enough goals, which can be a bit annoying. They're scoring just over a goal a game, like just. It's very even all time, but I think they're doing all right. And Bristol Rovers are one of like 10 teams that have just lost at weekend down the bottom. It's literally not changed at all, apart from Shrewsbury leapfrogging Burton, which we will get to in a bit. Huddersfield 1, Stockport 0. Huddersfield are in some shit up form now. Like some really, really good form. If we look at just League One, obviously if we ignore some of these, just League One, win, draw, win recently. They've had some hard fixtures and they just keep chipping away. Defensively they're quite good. Obviously they've only scored from an own goal here in first minute and that was that. But to have kept this man quiet all game and to have put him on a 5.8 rating before he goes back is very, very good, because very few teams have managed to keep him that quiet this season, Birmingham being one of them, but very few have done it. I do think when they get the strikers in, Huddersfield, which they will in January, I think they'll get Taylor from Luton and probably somebody else. They could be on a Madden. They really could. These, I think, have got potential to go on a stupid, 10-game win streak. I really do. Stockport, a little bit inconsistent. Not that good away from home. Like if we go for the home-away table. Yeah, down at 11th. That could bite him in arse a little bit, especially when the best player goes. But these 2 places, Stockport, Reading, 5th and 6th, are the 2 that's up for grabs. The top 4 is pulled away. The top 4 are all definitely your automatics and 2 of your playoff teams. None of them 4 will drop out of it. So you're looking at probably 6 teams that are after them 2 spots. Will Stockport be one of them? I've been asking myself this question in every video, I think, from start. And every time my answer has been no. And it will continue to be no. I don't think they've got it in them to finish in there. A team that probably a lot of people thought would be in there at start is Peterborough. However, 3 goals conceded, none scored, absolutely arseholed start to finish by Mansfield. Where are they these days, Peterborough? 17th, 5 points in front, 1 game, 1 win even in 5. 40 goals conceded, 38 scored. The defence is abysmal. It's so bad. Especially when you compare it to last year's. I know we're talking about massive extremes here, but Knight and Edwards as your back two, Burrows at left back. To go from that to this on your screen now, that is the biggest fall off I've ever seen in space of like 1 year. That's ridiculous. They just look a shell of what they were last year, Peter. But they had a super team last season. The season before they had an even better one. But oh my God, terrible. I don't want to take this away from Mansfield either because they've done very, very good. Like I said in the last video, I think to be where they are this season, Mansfield have had a great year. A really, really good year. They replaced Keeler brilliantly. This Evans lad up front, mint. They're still doing all this without Lee Gregory as well, who's like a certified bagsman as well. Just a really, really solid side, Mansfield. And I think the position justifies that as well. 8th. Peterborough, next game, it's us. At Peterborough's place. I'm driving. It's like 2.5 hours one way. Why I volunteer for that, I don't know. But that could be a game and a half, us and them. That could be something. That could be like a 5-4 of that. Reading 4, Northampton 1. I'm happy with this. I'm happy for Reading. I feel a little bit sorry for Northampton because I've been raving about some of the signs that they've made for quite a while. But they're just not scoring enough goals. And all the talent is at that end of pitch. Obviously, the defence is shit anyway. We know that. But I expect more goals from Northampton's attackers, the players that they've got. I just expect more from it, and they're not doing it. Reading, I think we all know that they're going to start dropping off anyway because after Ruben Sellers has left. We all know that's going to happen. January's going to be a killer for him. We all know that's going to happen as well. But to get this win is massive. To get your goal difference up is massive. Because by the time it's done, Reading will probably be about 14th. Do you know what I mean? Rotherham 0, Wigan 1. Wigan have been chipping away, you know, recently. Defensively, they've always been very good anyway in this division with Sam Tickling net. Defensively, they're quite good. But Rotherham are crap. So we'll again, this is another team that we'll look at when we're looking at table. Stevenage, oh no, there's another one. Sorry, Shrewsbury 1, Lincoln 0. So they're the only side, Shrewsbury, that have won from Blackpool down. They're the only side in the bottom 9 that have won or got a point. Everybody else has lost. And I'm going to take credit for this because I said it. I did say it. Nobody can try and take it away from me. I did say this. Don't even try. Shrewsbury, easily worst side in division before Ainsworth come in. So easy to play against. They look like a pub side, genuinely, when we went there. They looked absolutely horrendous. Defensively, they're all over the place. They've got no structure. It's just a complete mismatch across the board, that Shrewsbury team. Ainsworth has come in. Yeah, they bet Birmingham first game, but after that, they've been getting tonked a few times. They're conceding a lot of goals. But they will be hard to beat. I'm telling you, when he gets a grip of them, they will be hard to beat. They will stay up. I'm being serious. They will stay up, Shrewsbury. Now going on to Stevenage 0, Wycombe 3. I keep thinking Wycombe will drop off. And they keep, like, they'll draw a game and give me a bit of hope. Like, 3 out of the last 5 they've drawn. They're not losing games. They've only lost 2 all season, which is same as Birmingham, £30 million Birmingham. And they are still 5 points in front of Huddersfield. I'm just going to completely ignore Wrexham after what I'm about to show you later on. They have 5 points in front of Huddersfield. I think Huddersfield will close that gap. I do. It could be a really, really high points tally to finish like 3rd this year. They might be like on 90s. They probably will be on 90s. Probably Huddersfield will be on 90s. Huddersfield, Wycombe, Birmingham will all get 90. Birmingham will get 100, but still point stands. I think that the bar will be very, very high on what is needed to get in top 2. But this is a huge, huge win. I'm going to say it again because I said it a while. The results don't do it justice. This is an horrible place to go in this division. It genuinely is. Stevenage is an horrible, horrible place to go. But Wycombe are an horrible side. But they can win and play it in such different ways that they're almost fit for any occasion all time. It's very, very good. It's really impressive. It's a massive, massive win, that is. And then I just want to go on to the last one quickly because it's Wrexham 2, Blackpool 1. I'm not bothered about the performance. I'm generally not. That Paul Mullin goal is an absolute screamer. That is a great goal. But this, I'm going to get a photo and put it up on screen. This is the worst penalty decision I've ever seen in my life. Ever. And Wrexham fans are going to completely back this away, as you would. But when I went there, I wanted to see what the referee's decisions were like. In favour of Wrexham, I want to see what they were like. Because obviously they're on documentary. You want to get your couple minutes of fame because it's all about refs these days. They've got their own TV show on Sky. They've got Ref Watch. They're being made personalities. They're not just like, oh, it's just some guy that you don't want to know about. It's now like a ref's a personality. And when I went there, they were getting loads of decisions for him. Every 50-50 went to them. All time. All throw-ins went to them. Corners going to them. Anytime they don't know a decision, it goes to Wrexham. This penalty, and I'm not saying it's corrupt or anything to Wrexham or all teams, but that is the worst decision I've ever seen in my life. It's hit his back. It's not even close. It's literally 5 yards from his arm and he's giving it. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's ridiculous. If we look at the table now, so Blackpool down, I've said, is all the losses. Shrewsbury the only team to win. Burton are done anyway. Burton are done. Shrewsbury, I believe in. It's a 6-point gap. They've got a game in hand over some teams there. I believe in Shrewsbury. I really, really do. Cambridge, I'm at a point. Burton, Cambridge. I've said that for ages. I still think them two are gone. Crawley, I want to believe in. I don't. I think it with them three, and there might be a big-ish side that gets dragged into this. Rotherham are losing constantly. They're just shit. Peterborough concede 40 goals, the second most in division. Ooh. I'll tell you what, it's a tale for the January, isn't it? It's a tale for whatever happens in January. Whoever's got most brass. Peterborough's owners, to be fair, you must be dreading this. Or Peterborough fans even must be dreading this because you know what your owner's like. He will scrap you for pennies, mate. So they could be in serious bother. But if we go to top, who we're looking at for like serious chance at playoffs, in my mind, I don't think Charlton have got it in them. I'm going Bolton upwards for a serious chance at playoffs. Everton might not be there. Everton might not be there, which is crazy. Lincoln, I think, are too inconsistent. Mansfield are really good. I'm deluded, me. I'm not doing it. I'm not talking about Barnsley. From Stockport to Bolton, 2 of them teams will finish in there. Huddersfield upwards is your top 4, but I think it'll be Birmingham, Huddersfield, Wickham, Wrexham. I think that is how it ends. But that's that. Thank you, as always, for watching, boys. It has been an absolute pleasure. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a good Boxing Day, because that's, I mean, little ranking for you, little tier list. I think the best 3 days of year are Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. But in order, I think Christmas Eve's the best, then Boxing Day, then Christmas Day. New Year's is shit, in fairness. But thank you as always for watching, boys. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. There will be more coming. Love you all, and I'll see you in a bit. Ta-ra!
Say I'm a man, yes, I'm a mucker. I think of me saying as a right good looker. I say up that. Show us bit it.